Alright guys, the update didn't go as planned due to a recent issue that has arisen, which forced us into doing a last minute dragon remodel. This means we need more time to finish dragon and we don't want to release it until the quality is OP. We would have loved to have dragon and this new fruit fighting side by side this trailer, but you're going to have to wait until the next update for this one.
Blox Fruits is a game that exists. It's one of Roblox's greatest games to exist and to be made because of all the players and all the money that it gets. It is a game based on One Piece and it does a very good job with all of its fruits and move sets in the game. It's a game you'd expect to have many updates, a great community, promises kept, and developers that update you on what is happening. Well, let's just say that isn't the case. Blox Fruits right now isn't doing so great, they've lost half the players. The community is getting angrier, the developers are still silent, and the game is a bore. So, what happened, and why is it like this now? Well, I'll tell you why. I will be giving 7 reasons and lengthy descriptions of how it has come to this. But before I start, I just want to say, I'm not doing this because I'm impatient, I'm doing this because someone needs to talk about the problems, and no one really will. I can already see the glazers typing in the comments ready to tell me to be patient. Someone needs to say something.
I don't do it, who will?
Problem 1, grinding. It is never wrong for a game to have something to grind for, every game has it, and it is alright for Blox Fruits to have one. But how Blox Fruits has it set up, it's extremely hard not to want to grind in it. And beginner players have it worse. For starters, there are only 2 events for the first sea, and that is the Shark Sawman and Whitebeard. And even with those 2, it is still a chore. Also to add, there is no PvP off mode for them, so if they find a Blox Fruit and there is that max player who kills everyone for no reason. Unlucky. They are now targeted and will be killed if they don't find a safe zone fast enough. It is not only tough for first sea players, second sea has it even worse. Many players in the second sea get killed if they're near the mansion. And the third sea? Well, let's just say they don't have any safe spots if they attempt to grind. Not only is this a problem, but it takes forever to do this, but there are ways to grind fast, but the fastest way is problem 2, pay to win. Ah yes, the only option to win any game. Spend your hard-earned money or your parents' money on this game to be the best of the best. Back then, the game had many products, but not as many as it does today. The amount you have to spend to be the best is ridiculous, and the fruit prices are just absurd. Take the Kitsune fruit, it costs 4,000 Robux, that is $50 or maybe even more. You can nearly all get all the game passes in Jailbreak with that money. Also, it's not just fruits you can get. If you are lazy enough, you can buy money and fragments instead of actually grinding these. You can also get X boosts as well as other things to level up. Want a blessing on your sword? Just pay $20 for a 10% chance to get it. Surely you'll get it.
What am I fighting for?
They even made Dragon not available to buy so that you can't even buy it until the rework comes out with a new price that people are saying will be 5,000 Robux. That is enough to buy you every game pass from Jailbreak and even Murder Mystery 2, but even if you have all the exp and grinded everything, and did everything you could to have everything in the game, that still won't help you in the end, especially with problem 3, PvP. Guys, let's all admit, this is one of the main parts of the game. PvP is essential in this game, after all, it is what the game is clearly known for. But, in this game, it's unbelievably unbalanced. Back then, PvP was extremely skilled, and you'd have to create your build to win things. Now these days, well, it's just the same builds. Right now, people are only using these fruits. Portal, Kitsune, Ecto, Rumble, Dragon, Buddha, and Ice. I guarantee if you were to just join a random server in the third sea, 90% chance you will see a Portal user with Gravity Game, Soul Guitar, and God Human or Sanguine Art. To say that PvP sucks is an understatement, it's horrible. And what's worse is teaming is becoming more popular, and if a Kitsune and Do player are teaming, your chances of winning are 1 to 10,000. And if you don't want a PvP, well, there isn't anything you can do because problem 4, lack of content. The only things to do as a max player right now are to either PvP, help beginner players, or grind. There is nothing else, there really isn't. And it's not just us max players, first and second C players have even less to do. All they can do is grind or wait till a global event happens. I will be honest though, second C players have it worse. At least with first C, their global events happen at a certain time, and sometimes you can get the by survey hopping. However, in the second C, there is only one global event, being the factory. The only other two global events are the Cursed Captain and Darkbeard. The Cursed Captain has a 1/3 chance of spawning at night, and Darkbeard you need a Fist of Darkness. Finding that is miserable, and surviving with it is even worse because you need to not die with it in your hand. And even if you do factory, there is not a guaranteed reward of you getting what you want because max players will get the reward 90% of the time. Now you'd expect there to be a solution to this, like an update. Problem 5, broken promises and delays. Oh boy, where do I even start? This is the biggest issue the game has right now. 6 months ago, we were promised, and yes, promised, that we would be getting weekly updates, reworks of Fruits, and a bunch of other things. They even gave us a roadmap to tell us, hey, we're doing this. Let's see how that's going. Okay, so they delayed it. That's okay. Everyone delays things, surely they have some sort of reason. Okay, so they didn't give a reason, well maybe they're doing something and making a huge announcement about it and posting something on Twitter.
Is this serious?
Wow, still nothing. Yeah, see. The only thing they do is post screenshots expecting a lot of attention, and a lot of positivity. I don't think people are that happy with this anymore. It is alright to delay things, but not telling us doesn't help because that makes us think you guys aren't doing anything. But, at least we have problem 6, the community. Yikes. The community is very clickbait. I know that many people go on YouTube to look for news and other things because Twitter isn't really reliable anymore, but YouTube is just as unreliable, if not more, as Twitter. 90% of the content that is Blox Fruits content is literally the same thing, and I get many of the content creators are trying to get that good YouTube paycheck, and are trying to get some ideas to keep the game alive. But good grief. We don't need to learn about your Blox Fruits girlfriend, I mean come on, do you expect people to actually watch it? No offense. But even if you try to find news, it will just be the same rinse and repeat leaks and things people have already sent. An example would be a Beast Gaming. All his videos are 90% of the time just the same thing over and over again. But in some videos, he makes a lot of good points, and sometimes he even tries to help keep the game alive. Again, I'm not trying to offend anyone, I'm just being honest. And there are only a few people who see the problem and get up the next day tired of no one saying it. Vero did a really good video that inspired me to do this. Redovex, another creator, started too, but I guess he got held at gunpoint or something. But all in all, this all leads up to the main problem. Problem 7, the team. This is a long one. Every game needs a well-built team for it to work. It's like a car, and the team is the parts for the car. If the team doesn't work, then the car won't. The team of Blox Fruits is very secretive, to say the least. The ones that are the most vocal are Ziols and you both, them being the community manager and the admins. They are pretty vocal, and do some things to help satisfy our information needs. However, on their channel they post a lot of content really not showing us much. And I know already people in the comments will be saying they aren't developers, chill out. I know, but it's their job to handle the community and news, and showing us content of them abusing admin commands really doesn't help. Also to add, you're posting it on the main channel for Blox Fruits, which should really be on your own personal channel. However, in one of the video's comments on the main channel Gamer Robot, it says, and I quote, "Help you guys enjoy the video. As I mentioned in the intro, I am only responsible for the YouTube channel. I am not a dev, and I am not the owner of Blox Fruits. I do have info on the update, but am not allowed to mention anything. Just know the devs are cooking up some crazy stuff. But I do apologize for the delay. I hope you understand. Basically, if he tells us one thing, he's cooked, washed, finished, fired. Now I won't say that they're gatekeeping the information, but I will say that them being secretive does not help them at all. Their player base is really losing patience and wants answers. Here's what they should have done. Hey guys, it's Sintra. Listen, I know you all have been waiting a long time for this update, and really want it to come, but the truth is, we need to delay it. As you can see with our dragon fruit, it's not looking so hot. Unfortunately, we are not finished. I don't have a release date, but what I can tell you is we're doing what we can. Just give us more time, and I promise you, we will finish it. Thank you for playing Blox Fruits. Yeah, they just went dark. I get it, they don't want to tell us because if they did, they would have shown us they were having problems with the update and it would worry a lot of people. But here's the thing, even the biggest gaming companies have problems, and they give descriptions for delays. Now, is it possible that they are dealing with a copyright issue? Probably. But they can still give some type of explanation for the delay. And to add to this, Indra is on the leaderboard of Anime Defenders as being one of the strongest players in the entire game. How is he one of the strongest? Well, by buying things in their game and playing it. Now look, I am not saying developers shouldn't have a break once in a while, and have fun. But at a crucial time like this, and your players are wanting an answer right now, and you get caught like this, players aren't so happy, and we can see that. Many people who have been playing this game are playing other games like King's Legacy, and are even waiting for LCs, and that game has a lot of potential to reach Blox Fruits level of players. And both developer teams are vocal as well, and give news. Who knows where this could lead Blox Fruits, but I think many of us can see that they really aren't in the positive light as much as we think. Conclusion. Despite all the problems, and all the horrific PvP, balancing issues, lack of content, and no answers, I love this game. I have been playing this game for a good 3 years. I can still remember playing it and wanting to be the best. I am looking back at those moments, with nostalgia and sadness because of what the game has become. I want to give a quick shout out to Hero, for inspiring me to make this video. He did a good video explaining these problems, and you guys should check him out. And now, here's a message to the developers. I might not be a huge YouTuber or streamer, but I love your game, and won't quit anytime soon. But you guys need to get your game together. Of course, you don't need to rush things, but it is now summer, and you still haven't changed the game icon to something not Christmas-like. We haven't even gotten a Valentine's Day update when you said we would be getting it back. The numbers of players are stuck at around 400k, the game is still filled with exploiters and bots, and a number of players are starting to move on and find another game to play. I want to see this game succeed, despite all its faults. Before I end the video, I know people will be mentioning the most recent screenshot that was sent. I know people will be mentioning it and say that this is proof that the update is coming. It might be, but we've all been down that road and seen the outcome. But I'll let you guys decide on your own what might happen. Blox Fruits is a game that exists. It's a game that we hate, but can't stop playing because of all the progress we made. Thank you for watching, and you all have a good night.
Dale, dale, dale,